Welcome to Market Matters. I'm Khoo Chong and I'm joined by the two lovely ladies, Tang Lynn and Charlotte Chong. Let's start with companies in the news, Lynn. Perisai Petroleum closed the day 36.5 cents, down 5.2%. Not good news for them. They are in considerable debt and they've got to raise more money in a private placement.
I know.
37 million ringgit.
Yeah, so yesterday announced plans to undertake a private placement of 10% of its existing paid up and issued share capital to raise 37 billion ringgit. But if you look at this in the perspective of the whole company, right, it's got borrowings of 1.2 billion ringgit, with only cash about 48 million ringgit.
So that's the inverse of what we like, right?
Yeah,
High
exactly.
debt, low cash.
And I mean, according to Kenanga, it's just downgraded the stock to market perform from outperform because I mean changes to the net gearing won't be significant. It's still expected to remain unchanged, about 1.4 times in FY 2016.
Yeah, and more
so
to
it's a
the point,
small amount that they're raising.
Correct, and more to the point, this placement is going to be EPS dilutive for the company. But at an operational level, they provide platforms, and they're an upstream services provider. So they've got jack-up drilling rigs, they've got platforms, FPSOs, OSVs, offshore support vessels. But the thing is, for example, the jack-up drilling rigs, that they've seen charter rates drop by about 40% in the last 12 months, and that's of course in line with the decline in oil price and oil and gas industry. That's not very good for them, and you know you feel a bit sorry for them at this point in time. The thing is, they've had to do what's necessary, as needs must, right? So they're raising this money to pay off debt, to pay for a jack-up rig, which actually they delayed by 6 to 12 months, but they have to take delivery next year. So you have to give them some credit where credit is due. They're being quite courageous about this whole affair.
And they're actually raising cash in hard times.
They are.
Right, so according to Kenanga as well, it says that while the issue price of the private placement, right, about 31 cents per placement share, could be much more favorable in better times of the industry where you see the oil price recovery is getting more sustainable. But it said that, it's necessary for them as well to actually raise some cash to reduce its gearing. But I don't know, the net effect it's not very there. And in terms of the outlook, right, if you look at its pipe lay barge, there's no contract yet, and there's also no contract be secured for the second jack-up rate. So I mean, fundamentally in a company, on one hand you're raising cash, but are you getting the contracts or the charter
I
rates?
guess the positives here, at least in the last few days, you've seen Brent crude prices rebound by about $4 or $5 to somewhere shy of about $54 per barrel. So hopefully that's going to be quite good news. So we've seen CPO prices recover as well. So hopefully there's some recovery there. Anyway, to bring it all home, Perisai Petroleum, number one, planning a private placement to raise up to 37 million ringgit to repay debt and fund their jack-up drilling rigs and mobile offshore production platform units due next year. Number two, this fundraising will be cutting debt, but it's a drop in the ocean, Lynn, because total borrowings as of June 30th is at 1.2 billion ringgit and cash only 48 million ringgit. And number three, the underlying business is weak for this company. Jack-up rig rates are down by 40%, and that's forced them to defer deliveries of their second jack-up rig by 6 to 12 months. Anyway, let's move on to some brokers' calls here. And we've chosen, in fact, my erstwhile and attractive colleague here, Charlotte Chong, has chosen Guinness Anchor Bhd for her to be examined.
Yeah, so I took a look on AmResearch report today and also Yobi Kaihian. Both of these research houses, they remain neutral on the deal that JB got yesterday. What happened yesterday was Heineken released an announcement saying that they are going to acquire Diageo stake in GAPL Private Limited, which worth about 3.26 billion ringgit. Now, this company GAPL actually holds 51% in GAB. And research said the exit of Diageo is not expected to negatively impact GAB's business because Diageo will still be engaging with GAB in long term for the brewing and distribution of Guinness and Diageo's beer in Singapore and Malaysia.
You'd have to say there's not going to be much change in strategic direction, right? Because, these are all entrenched players in the industry. But the fact is, basically, the mix as well on a product level, they've got Guinness, they've got Kilkenny, they've got Malta, Anglia, Smirnoff. I don't drink all those malt-driven drinks. I actually quite like Tiger. It's a fantastic drink, by the way.
But their product portfolio is actually, it caters to the different segments of the market.
Correct.
So you've got the
the
less premium ones like Anchor as well, then Tiger, then Heineken, right?
So do you like beer?
I actually recently interviewed GAB Hans Isadi 2 years ago. We did speak a bit on its strategy come 2016.
I look at the video that you interviewed Hans, and he said that it will be tough next year and A&P expenses. They're not trying to cut down any expenses. What did he say? What else?
He did say that because GST did impact the group in April when it was implemented, right?
Latest results.
So I think in May you did see volume drop, but in June, July, he said volume sort of normalized a bit. So he's hopeful to actually see the volume to sustain through, but it will be tough.
Actually, in financial results, just show 3.7% down in revenue and 6.2% down in net profit.
That's for the fourth quarter.
Yes, the latest quarter.
And of course, there's one more thing looming because the budget is going to be done. Budget 2016 going to be announced on October 23rd, and there are whisperings in the market that excise duties are going to be raised again.
Oh, that's going to be a
for
killer.
the brewers.
So although actually AmResearch remain a buy call in the company, UBKN is less optimistic on the company, and they actually downgraded GAB to neutral, to a whole call with a unchanged target price of 14.5 ringgit, saying that share price has increased 7.4% since its last report in September. In a nutshell, the company, Heineken, has acquired the Diageo stake in GAPL for about 3.6 billion ringgit. And the second point is both research houses are neutral on the deal. The third thing is the group remains confident they navigate through the choppy waters according to its latest announcement.
Well, thank you, Charlotte Chong. So that's a wrap for our segment today. Of course, that was Charlotte Chong. She was calling on Guinness Anchor Bhd, and of course my erstwhile colleague, Lynn Tang. Thank you for joining us. If you want some more, go to theedgemarkets.com or pick up the hard copy because it's back on newsstands. Thank you and good night.